Oh, it's recording. Yeah, this is new software, so I'm not really on the ball with this yet. Anyways, what's up, guys? Graham here, coming to you guys with a deck profile of. I know this is so recent, but EVOLS, they're back again. Look at all this nice HD quality. I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. I was using the stupid YouTube built-in camera thing. It's just trash. So anyways, I'm filming this with QuickTime Player, and it's like this is supposed to be HD, so it looks really good. I guess it's as good as my camera can really handle. But I want to do an update on EVOLS because I did get the rest of the cards, and I did make a few changes after testing the deck a little bit more. There's some things I'm not totally in love with, but I think you kind of need to run them, unfortunately. But anyways, I will get to the deck profile, and I'm not going to talk too much about it. This will just be a quickie so you guys can see the new build of what I'm running, because this is like my favorite deck right now, I'd say, next to windups, of course. So, anyways, we have 2 Cerato. I was running 3. I don't really like 3. Here's the problem with the Evils, is that this guy's the best one to draw, but he has the worst effect out of the 3. His effect is good because he goes up to 2100, and if he runs over a monster and destroys it, it doesn't have to be sent to the graveyard or anything. You get it to search an evil tile, but the problem with that is that 2100 doesn't get over a whole lot anymore, nor does the battle phase usually go through. Someone will usually have a trap, it'll be some kind of responsive trap, and this guy usually doesn't survive all that long. So I feel like 2 is just the best number. You don't want to draw any of the Evolsaurs, to be completely honest, so I don't really understand the logic people have of running 3 this guy, because if I'm going to draw one, I'd rather draw him, but honestly, I don't. Like, he's usually not the first guy that I want to summon either. I'm running 2 Diplo. I'm not really a big fan of this guy either. I've seen a lot of people running just 1 of him. I've seen also a lot of people running 3, which is just ridiculous. You shouldn't be running 3. Artifacts are a card right now. This guy is better just for like when you need to pop a face-up card or a field spell, or if they attack your Westlo and they have like a back row they just set or something if they're bad, and then Westlo flips up during the damage step and you pop something. And they can't chain it, which is really good if you special Diplo at that time. So it's really good. I think 2 is just the right number, though. I feel like 3 is way too many. I don't think 1 is bad. I think you could run 1 as well, because, I mean, you know, you don't really need that many. It's just, I'm only running 7 Evolsaurs now. I was running 8 in my last build, and ultimately I just feel like you don't want to draw the Evolsaurs. And I was almost thinking about dropping this guy down to 1 and then just running 6 Evolsaurs, but I feel like regardless, I still need to have targets in the deck, and I don't want to run out too quickly, because if the deck runs out, I lose. I'm not running Soul Charge still, because I don't own any, and I'm really not a big fan of the card. I was testing it in here, it is really good. Obviously, you can pay 2k and make an instant Logi or Dolka, which is fantastic. But once again, I don't have the card, I don't feel like spending $15 on it, because it's most likely going to get hit. And I'm not really a competitive player, I play for fun, as you guys know. So, 3 Vulcano. Have to run 3. There's so many people running 3 Cerato, and 2 this guy. If you draw him, yes, he's the worst one, but once again, the logic is you don't want to draw any of them. If you draw any of them, that's just bad luck. If you end up drawing Cerato, whoopity-doo-dah-day of a 1900 beater. I find with this deck, too, is you can always just set these, and people are afraid to attack into it because they think it's Westlo, so a lot of times they'll waste a Dark Hole. Blowing up your face-down monster ends up being like a Cerato you're setting, so you can summon another Evolsaur from your hand next turn. It's also just the best one because this is your instant Logia Dolka play, or rank 4, any rank 4 by that matter. Basically, what this guy does is you special him off an evil tile, and he targets an Evolsaur in the graveyard and special summons it. If you special summon both these at the same time, off an Najasho Evo-Force, they don't miss timing. If you summon this guy with Diplo, you have to summon Diplo first and target a back row, and then special this guy and target a card in the graveyard, and then it resolves backwards. Because if you special this guy first and then special Diplo, this guy will miss timing because Diplo is mandatory, so you have to be careful with that. It's little funny rulings of this deck that people don't know. But ultimately, you need to run 3 this guy. I stand by it, I swear by it. It's won me games, because if you end up drawing 1 Vulcano, which the chances are there of happening because you are running 2 of it, say, then you only have 1 left in the deck, and then you're relying on, like, Najasho Evo-Force, basically. You get a big playoff, which is ultimately the problem, because then your only good stuff left in the deck is Cerato. So, and this deck does not have a Rescue Rabbit card in it. It has a 2-card Rescue Rabbit card that could potentially make 2 Evolsaurs, and that is this guy. So you need to run 3. Rant over. And then next up we have 3 Westlo, staple, not gonna say anything about that, you gotta run triple. He's awesome. I'm still running 2 Najasho. I had a couple people tell me to cut down to 1. No. I've got off a lot of plays with this guy. I've got off 2 Najasho Evo-Force plays, several games, and it's the best combo in the deck, and it wins games. Now, I was testing a Donto, but I kept finding I was like opening up with him opening hand, and I didn't like it. He's terrible opening hand. He's great late game if you have a dead, especially if you have a dead Volcano. I think a Donto is really good if you're going to be playing triple Volcano. So, I mean, ultimately, you could run that guy over what I'm running here. I was also testing an 8th Evolsaur again. I wanted to try out Darwino, but once again, that card is just so bad. It's nice because you can flip up Westlo, and then you can, especially Darwino, target Westlo, make him level 5, and then overlay for Tiras. And then if the Tiras dies, then your Evo-Singularity is live because you have an Evolsaur and an Evoltile in the grave. But the problem with it is that if you draw Darwino, he is absolutely dead in your hand. No way getting him out of there except for like having a blaster pitch. So then you come down to being like, okay, I hope I draw blaster. Otherwise, you have to like tribute something. It's just bad. Don't run it. Darwino's bad. So what I'm running instead, and I don't like this guy, but Lagosucho. He adds consistency, and I think that's why he is kind of necessary. Basically, what you do is you normal summon him. You can dump an Evolsaur to the graveyard, an Evolsaur, excuse me. So that's really, really good because if you open this guy, Evo-Force, you still have like a first turn play, and then this guy and an Evolsaur will be in the graveyard. So you basically will have your Singularities live right away, which is the reason people like this guy. He makes Singularity live. He's also really good because there's a cool combo. He's level 3, so you can work or use him well with Westlo. You summon this guy, you dump Evolsaur to the grave, usually Cerato or Diplo, whatever you don't need, and then you flip up the Westlo. You'll special Vulcano, special summoning back that monster you dumped, and then you'll overlay these 2 for Equipped Engineer, who I don't have yet, but I am getting one soon. And then you're going to overlay the 2 Evolsaurs for an Evil, usually Dolka. Then you have Dolka Engineer, which is really hard to get over because Engineer is protecting Dolka, and Dolka just kills everything in the game. So he's also good because like if you open up with just him, you can always just set him, flip him up, special a Westlo, and then you can overlay. Or you can special Vault. Say if you just have him and Evo-Force as well, and you want to do like a bigger play, you can always just like set him, flip up, special Najasho, like little things like that. You don't do it very often, but I think just 1 Lagosucho is good. And I am running Blaster now. I was kind of against this guy first because of the fact that basically if you, just how far in the video we are here, basically if you draw this guy and you don't have any other monsters to pitch, he's kind of bad opening hand. It does happen every once in a while, but he gets the dead Evolsaurs out of your hand, he sets up plays for Evo-Force early on, and the deck has a hard time getting over bigger monsters. This also helps you against Skill Drain, which is really hard for the deck to get around if you don't draw MST. And it's obviously nice because you can just banish stuff like dead XYZs you're not using, like dead Evolsaurs, and then just special this guy out. So it really doesn't conflict with Singularity as much as people say it does. So we're going to fly through the spells really quick because these haven't changed a whole lot. Monster lineup's mainly what changed. So 3 Evo-Force, that's still the same. 3 Evo-Diversity, that's still the same. You got to run triple. Just 2 dualities. I've seen a lot of people running 3. I think that's fine. Like, duality's good opening game. The problem with it is if you open 2 duality, it's bad because usually turn 2 you're special summoning. And good players aren't going to attack into your set Westlo unless they have like a follow-up play or they have warning or something set. So I feel like 2 this is just the right number. It's the same in windups. Like you need to add some consistency, but you don't want to add so much consistency that's conflicting with your plays. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I side the 3rd one. That's because I'm running 2 Forbidden Lance. That kind of replaces one of the 3rd MST, and then this is just the other Lance. These are really good, actually. I finally got my 2nd Lance, so that's great. 1 enemy controller. There's some cool plays you can do with this. I was testing Darwino because of this card, because there's some neat plays you can do with Najasho Darwino. Like take a 3 and then make Tiras with their monster, and then still do some plays, which is pretty neat. But I just like this card because it helps get over stuff the deck has a hard time with, like random monsters like Marshmallow, Spirit Reaper, someone's randomly running it, stuff like that. It's also really good because you can obviously just use it as protection. It's great if your opponent decrees you. You can switch their monster to defense, and that's one of the things that the deck has a hard time getting over is big attack position monsters. So if you put it to defense, you can get over it really easily. And Book of Moon, not running Dark Hole anymore. I don't think was I running Dark Hole in the other one? I don't even remember. So on to the traps. The best trap in the deck. And one of my favorite cards from the new set, Evo-Singularity. This card is awesome. Basically what it does is specials an Evolsaur, and then you attach one Evoltile and one Evolsaur monster from your graveyard to it as a material. So you can make Solda, you can make a free Dolka, and a free Logia off this card. It is amazing. And the cool thing about it as well is Dolka and Logia and Solda detach as a cost. So you can detach and then chain Singularity, and when that chain's resolving, special another Logia or Dolka, and then your Logia will like negate, and then you should have just another Logia on the board replacing it. Basically, the best opening is you open up with like Lagosucho and Evo-Force, or Najasho and Evo-Force plus Singularity, and that's a game. Like it's just, you just get so much advantage off your opponent. 3 Fiendish Chain, I think you have to run 3. I really like it. 2 Deep Prisons, I'm not running Mirror Force in here because I hate Mirror Force right now. Deep Prison's a better card. 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless. You notice I had a secret rare. I added Torrential in because you don't always have board presence, and this is a better card than Dark Hole because it's responsive. And sometimes when your opponent just goes off, especially a Soul Charge is a card, or it's a Soul, Soul Charge. You want to call it Soul Drain. Basically, you want to just activate this and put yourself in a better spot. And it's nice too because with Singularity now you can always like Torrential your field, and then you can just like Singularity back after you've blown their whole field up. So, and then Solemn Warning. So that's the deck, guys. It hasn't changed a whole lot, really. Just the monsters changed, and I think I added in a spell or something. So on the extra deck, I'm just going to fly through this really quickly here because we're at just about 12 minutes. 3 Logia, 2 Dolka. I don't think you need 3. I think 2's fine. 1 Solda, 1 Black Ship. I don't have 101. Diamond Direwolf, Zen Meister. Had an Altian and somebody jacked it from locals. Roach. This guy would come out for 101 if I had it. Emerald. It's really good. 1 Maestroke. Dweller. Don't run Cowboy. Lion Emperor, he's really good. And then the 1 Zen mains. This will come out from Equipped when I get my Equipped Engineer. So that's the deck, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. The deck profile will obviously be down below as well if you guys want to look at it that way. But make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I really want to hear your comments about how you feel about EVOLS and what do you think of the build. I think it's running great. I took some of the criticisms I was getting, a couple of them, like people are saying put in Blaster, so I decided to put it in. And so far he's been testing really well, and I'm not really sold on Lagosucho yet, but I'll keep playing him and seeing how I like him. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.